In this lesson, I would like to encrypt a file using DES encryption. I'm going to generate another file from the original file. It will be encrypted, and then I will take that file and decrypt it so that we can see it. Also, what I would like to do is cover hidden files, so I'm going to make the encrypted file hidden where we can't see it on the desktop. So let's get started. We're going to use Openssl for the encryption and decryption. If you want to run a man, look at the manual. We can take a look at it. So what this does is it's a toolkit for implementing the SSL version 2 and 3 and the TLS version 1 network protocols and the related cryptography standards that are required. So the command that I'm going to use, first of all, to turn the file.txt, which you can see here. Let's run a cat of that and see what it says. This is the certificate file. We will form and create a certificate from this information file. So I'm going to take that file and now encrypt it. So I use the Openssl. I'm going to use DES encryption. I'm going to choose the N file, which is going to be the file.txt, and I'm going to choose the output of that. And remember, I want to make this a hidden file, so I can do that using a point here, a decimal point. And then naming the file whatever I want. So I'm going to name it file enc. It asks me to create a password, which I will do, and re-enter that password. So now I can see that there's nothing on the desktop. When I run the ls, the only thing that is there is the file.txt. However, if you remember from previous lessons, in order to see hidden files, we have to use the tag LAH to list out any hidden files. And when we do that, we can see that the file is right here. This is the file that we generated here from the output, and you notice that that is a point file.enc. So by using this period right here, it makes it a hidden file. So we have to use this syntax in order to see it. Now from here, I want to use that hidden file and I want to decrypt it. So I'm going to start with the Openssl. I'm going to use the DES, which is the encryption, and a tag D for decrypt the file. The input to this file is going to be the .file.enc, and then the output of this is going to be file2.txt. So as I run that, it's going to challenge me for the password that I entered when I created that key. And so now we can see that the file 2 shows up here on the desktop. Now if I run the ls command, I see that I have file 1 and file 2. And if I run the ls tag LAH command, I can see that I have all three. Remember, the .file.enc is a hidden file, and it doesn't show up when we run the simple ls command. Now, one last thing that we can do is we can compare the files and see if they changed. So let's just run a simple Md5sum, and we're going to run that on the file.txt, and there is our sum, and let's go ahead and run it against file number 2 as well. So I'll just use the up arrow and go back here and put this in, and I'll run that again. So you see that the file 2, here is the Md5sum, and here is the file.txt, and here is the sum. So the sum of each one of these is absolutely the same. Nothing changed on that. So the last thing that I'll do is I'll clean things up by removing file number 2, and with that command you see it's gone, and now I can go ahead and remove the dot file enc, and I'm going to remove that, and then run a ls tac lah, and you can see the only thing left is the file.txt, and that's what we started with. So I hope you found this video to be helpful. Join me in the next videos and we'll talk a little bit more about command line and encryption.